welcome to Cinema Trailer News. My name is Chris, and here we're going to discuss the recent developments around DC. So, James Gunn make his first move. Looks like we're getting multiple sequels canceled, and looks like James Gunn is going to reboot the DC universe. Now, this is the beginning of the end for the Snyderverse, and I think that's a pretty safe bet at this point. I think because this one is a doozy. If Gal Gadot can fall, anyone can fall, and will fall, I believe. And I actually think that's the right decision. So let's dive into this. So for the past few weeks, ever since James Gunn and Peter Safran were announced as the new heads of DC Studios, all the actors have been real nervous with good reason, and some people may not realize, but they're actually been campaigning for Survivor. Actors, talent, and managers will put stuff out there to try and get you to back them and to believe that it's happening so they can storm the studio into making it happen. And I think that's what you've been seeing because I think that is happened in particular with Warner Brothers, because in the past Warner Brothers in DC have been swelled by online chatter from fans, so much that the talent is taken to weaponizing fans in many cases against the studio, and Warner Bros. Discovery has still followed this path, even though it hasn't worked out well for them at all. And those same aggressive fans, they don't even show up to actually support these projects with ticket sales or clicks. It's like it never materialize. And looks like James Gunn and Peter Safran, again as the new heads of DC Studio, are not going to stay stuck in this never-ending loop of complainings and failure. And that's harsh, but I gotta say, I think it's an apt description of what has been going on. And they're going to break the cycle. And as I say, if Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman is going, everyone is likely going. And we're talking about everybody except maybe the Suicide Squad cast. Is Gunn selected them or worked with them himself, namely Margot Robbie. I think it will be very difficult for him to let Margot Robbie go. Will Gunn have the discipline to truly start from scratch? We'll see. I hope that he does. With all due respect to Margot Robbie, I think it's time for somebody else. She has a lot of fans online for Harley Quinn, but again, they don't materialize. And so let's go and get somebody else like Anya Taylor-Joy. I think she would be amazing as Harley Quinn. So let's see. Now, the Hollywood Reporter broke the story. The Gunn and Safran. We hope that Gunn and Safran will be presenting their plan to David Safran soon. He's the CEO of Warner Bros. Discovery, in case you don't know. But the Hollywood Reporter specified that it could be as early as next week, and then they're going to start sitting and down and mapping it out, and SAFTA does need to approve it. Now, of course, Wonder Woman 84 really shocked the confidence of Warner Brothers and fans alike, and Gal Gadot and Patty Jenkins had a handle on this character. Patty Jenkins is almost having the exact same experience as Dwayne Johnson. They were making comments of such bravado before the movies open. Like, we totally get our characters. We in charge of all DC, and we all like Those are some aggressive comments. Are you sure you want to make them? And they're like, hell yeah. And okay, I think Gal Gadot and Patty Jenkins did this to themselves. The Hollywood Reporter says that in addition to the poor response to the film and the poor financial response to that film, that paydays were an issue. Warner Brothers was contractually obligated to pay Gal Gadot $20 million for Wonder Woman 3 and Patty Jenkins 12 millions. And once again, it becomes clear that Warner Bros. Discovery ain't got no money. They can't even afford to release movies, much less pay people to make them. But after Wonder Woman 84 and a string of flops for Gal Gadot, I mean, look at her career right now. And Patty Jenkins getting kicked off of Star Wars. Kathleen Kennedy doesn't even want her. I don't think either of them is worth those payday, even if Warner Bros. Discovery had the money to give it to them. But again, it needs to be done, and I'm so glad they Gunn and Safran are willing to do it. Clearly, Gal Gadot tweeted out just the other days because she knew that the Wonder Woman treatment had been handed to Warner Brothers Discovery, and she wanted fan support. She wanted to point to the internet and going, "Oh, we love you, Gal, and we're so excited for Wonder Woman 3." But she got a big nothing burger in response to that tweet. Everyone was just like, "Why are you tweeting about this, Gal? I don't think you're coming back." And I think that probably made the decision even easier. And that's why I think. So speaking of desperate and embarrassing tweets, let's move over to Dwayne Johnson. And this was so bad. And who that same day tweeted out an article, or it was an advertisement from Deadline, claiming that Black Adam will actually turn a profit, featuring some of the most creative man that Hollywood has ever seen. So creative that Hollywood had to call it out. Hollywood is infamous for creative math to high profits, just as Scarlett Johansson, and even Hollywood was like, "That's ridiculous." And I can't believe that you think anybody would buy that. In fact, if you notice, there was also a little bit in that article about how $7, not Warner Brothers, was developing a Hawkman solo movie, as to show you there is a future for this brand. And that mysteriously disappeared from the article, perhaps because somebody got a call from a certain studio or executive or somebody. I think that's very interesting. It makes the story even more embarrassing. I mean, whoa. And also the reference of Captain America making only 370. First of all, I know there are some Captain America, the first Avenger fans over there, but like nobody thought that movie did particularly well. Kevin Feige got rid of Joe Johnson as the director. He was like, "I got get rid of you," and brought in the Russo brothers. So even Kevin Feige was like, "This problems here," and they totally did an overhaul on the Captain America branding. And that time also, that was the very beginning of the MCU. Not so many movies in, when the movies have made so much money. And that tweet from Dwayne Johnson was just something incredible to see. Also, in recent screenings for The Flash of Henry Cavill's recently filmed cameo have been removed. He's back out. And Ben Affleck recently filmed cameo for of Aquaman 2. They both have been taken out. And I do believe that James Gunn is going to do a hard reset and build DC Studio from scratch. or on top of the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker. I don't know how he could get away with that. Seems very sloppy to me. And again, it's going to go back from that. But I mean, let's see. Gunn and Safran need to make it clear that they're going to do their own thing and cut off the Snyderverse, which we all do respect. I do believe includes Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. Again, as I said, just don't how you can I don't know how you can keep any part of it without being weird and still allowing conspiracy theories to fester. Let's just get all new talent in here. That's what I think we all want, and to see the current slate once the current slate is done. And that is the case, by the way, Safla may as well get a pass right off for all of this movie. He's really cash poor. He needs the money, and because what is the point of this movie? And they're so far out, and Aquaman 2 is a year away. Why will anybody want to watch that? Especially if they're not going to continue with that. I mean, Jason Momoa has been saying that James Gunn calling him out. Maybe he offer him Lobo because he's not going to be Aquaman anymore. Maybe he neglected to mention that in the second show dropping to Jason Momoa on the call. That would be interesting, and I just hope they start on solid footing with the core Justice League characters. And I think that's really what they need to do in order to make it clear that we're going to have a single lineup, and this is the goal, and this is what the plan, and this is where we're going, and this is our connected universe, starting from scratch, fresh. Also, James Gunn also tweeted in response to the Hollywood Reporter article that he said that some of them is true, some of them is half true, and some is like they're still figuring it out. So he didn't specify what is true, what is half true, and what is not true. So I just will have to wait and see what his plan is and what he's going to be presenting for the DC universe. But I think the rebooting or making it a hard reset is the best decision to make. Now they said they're not going to talk the Batman with Robert Pattinson and Matt Reeves, so that's great. And I would like them to start building the new universe from there, from the Batman. You have a new Batman that most people really love, and it did great. So I think it's perfect for that. But maybe Matt Reeves wants to stay in his own universe there, and maybe they had to need another Batman. We'll see. But yes, that's the most recent developments around DC. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, consider subscribing to the channel, and thank you so much for watching. See you guys later. Bye bye.